So, Tim Cook's a billionaire. Woo! So it came out this week that Tim Cook, who is the CEO of Apple, Apple CEO Tim Cook, right? He had a fortune of $800 million. 800 million. Okay, what we would do with all that is incredible, right? We help our families out, buy nice houses, pay off our debts, go on vacation, never work a day in our lives, probably invest it, build some companies, create money and wealth for the rest of our families and generations. That's what they all do, right? So Tim Cook is not the founder of Apple, but he's the CEO, handpicked by Steve Jobs, and Steve Jobs, great founder of Apple, rest in peace. Now, Apple, their stock rose $8 yesterday, and it was at around, let's see, about $452. Now it's about $460.04, up $8 or 1.7%. Almost getting to 500. If it gets to 505 cents, whatever, it's great. Now, here's the other thing. Apple's market cap value, okay? The market cap is the value of the whole company as a whole, right? And so it is now at $1.97 trillion. $1.97 trillion. Whoo, that's a lot of money. Oh my God. They are getting close to $2 trillion in market cap value. That's crazy. First company ever. Now, okay. This is basically how Tim Cook just entered the $1 billion club. Okay, the billionaire club. Okay, he just entered it. Now, his predecessor, who unfortunately passed away and had to leave, Steve Jobs, had about $10 or $11 billion in wealth with Pixar, with Apple, with everything else he owned and invested in. Had Steve Jobs kept his stock and not liquidated it when he left Apple because he was thrown out by John Sculley and the board, he probably would have been the richest man in the world, but who cares? You can't evade debt with that, right? You can't evade it. You can't evade death. Tim Cook just entered the billionaire club. Now, here's how it happened. So, in the stock market, you have, the tech companies, and any company, their CEO has to help the company really get their stock price up. And how do they do it? Number one, with Apple, you get good products: iPhones, iPads, Macs, TVs, watches, everything, right? This keyboard, right? Accessories, all of that. People wanting to buy more. But then you use the money of the company that the company makes and you buy back the stock. That's what happens. And a CEO will even buy their own shares, right? They'll buy up their stock. So they'll sell it, they'll buy it. That increases the value. So they get to decide the value of the stock, and they get to decide if it goes up or down. And they also get to decide how much in dividends they're going to put out, right? They're going to pay people. Their stockholders, their shareholders get a dividend. That is a little thank you for investing in our company. Apple right now pays at around 2 or 3%, about 2%. AT&T used to pay at 9%, but their debt to profit ratio was so high that they couldn't really afford to pay that, so they took it down to 7. I think they're at 5 or 3%, 6, I don't know, but they're down now, right? They've slowly been taking it down. Amazon, I'm not sure what their dividend is, but so that's exactly how it works. That's how the CEO can benefit the company. Now, this is a great achievement for Tim Cook in that he wasn't the founder, and people are like, oh my God, that's so great, wow, right? Like CEOs have taken, like Pichai from Google. He's got a lot of money, and he's helped Google stock, but guess what? He also wasn't the founder. So this is not anything new, but they're loving Tim Cook right now because they're basically saying like, well, he was not the founder, he's now the CEO, but man, he's really helped the company really overcome a lot and really do great. Now, Tim Cook has been there forever. Steve Jobs came back in 97. Tim Cook came around that time, came in around 97, 98, helped with supply side economics basically over there. Helped get the supplies to people, helped lower the prices, helped create quality supplies, all the things that Steve Jobs needed him to do, right? And so now let's take a look at the money that everyone has. So let's take a look at Tim Cook. He's got about 1.2 billion. Now, Mark Zuckerberg has about $102 billion. He's at 102 billion, right? Jeff Bezos, Amazon himself. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 2:13 a.m.
That's when I'm filming this. He has $187 billion. 187 himself. And that is because, now look, he divorced his wife, Lindsay Scott now, gave her about $38 to $40 billion. That's what the court said you have to give, like $48 billion or $38 billion. And he's like, fine, here. And he just sold $3 billion of his shares. $3 billion. So now that money's going back in his pocket. Now, how is he going to avoid taxes? He's probably going to invest it. He's probably going to put it into the company. He's probably going to do something that'll help him avoid taxes. All the rich people do it. Don't be so mad. Now, all of this is them helping their companies. Now, Zuckerberg and Bezos, they helped their companies, right? But they were also the founders. They developed it. They built it. It's their baby, right? But it doesn't take any credit away from Tim Cook, who was there even before being CEO, and preferably I would rather someone else. But Steve Jobs picked him. He saw something in him. So there you go. And part of it is one of the reasons he crossed this mark and Apple is getting even more rich and getting a bigger market cap value is they got new iPhones coming out. Their iPad Pro 2020 is a smashing success. Their new keyboard is a smashing success. It's a little expensive, but I get it. It's quite expensive. But now they're coming out with an iPhone 12. They're possibly going to come out with a new iPad. They're going to come out maybe with AirPods Studios. They're going to come out with something, a new watch, and everyone's anticipating it and excited. So there you go. Tim Cook, billionaire. If I was a billionaire, I'd say welcome to the club, Tim.